I have a high regard and a great deal more respect for these bicycle riders with all the miles they put in on this trip.
And I understand that you traveled some of this route
In the war? Oh, hell yes. Well, this part of the war I would characterize as three phases. First phase was when the Germans broke through the lines and tried to get to the Meuse River and failed because of a couple of key actions, one at St. Vith by the 7th Armored Division and one at Bastogne by a collection of people from the 101st Airborne, 10th Armored, 9th Armored, and other units. It screwed up the German plan so they couldn't supply and keep going to the west. The next phase was when the 3rd Army came in from the south and relieved the people at Bastogne. But then it was a sort of a stalemate situation for a number of weeks until the third phase came in, which involved my outfit, who hit the southeast corner of the salient into Bastogne around Wiltz. And when that happened, things began to collapse.
So is this stirring up patriotic feelings, or is it taking you back?
Hell yes.
Different? Give me some idea of the impact, the emotion on you. I mean, you go home and you think about this and you talk to these guys. What is this doing here?
Well, I've lost a lot of friends. Most of the people I lost, I worked with for 2 years before we went into combat. Most of the people I lost were lost in Normandy. But I was fortunate enough to still be with the division up in this area. And of course, I had a lot of close calls myself in this area, but I was lucky. I had a staff job by the time I got in this area. So yeah, every time I see Georgie Patton's statue, I remember something about that.
Now you're talking with a lot of Americans here, young soldiers of today.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you telling them? How do you
well, I'll tell you very interestingly, most of them all that I've talked to are very interested in what happened here. And I would commend anybody who took my place on future tours to know a little bit about the combat actions, because they've all been very interested in what particular actions that I was familiar with. I mean, they're in rapt attention. They really are interested. And so every chance I get, I spread out the old map and say, here's what happened. And I can't do that everywhere because I wasn't everywhere. But those places where I was, they are fascinated because they say they don't get that. They know in generalities what happened, but they don't get the specifics. For example, back at Cherbourg, it was a killing ground. Up in here, this is not particularly familiar to me here, but just a few miles up here, I know very well. We had some very interesting things happen. And when we get there, I'll explain it to them.
Just go. You're gone. Okay, one more.
Demo, let's go.
One more, one more. Go.
Okay, guys, get it. Hi, boss. Say hi to the camera. Hi, camera. How come nobody says hi, camera? Is there something in that?
Mom's in the camera.
Woo! They said that hill was a killer.
Which hill?
Hello, bye.
Continue.
Ration gratuite.
Gee, hey, do it again next year, huh?
No problem.
Sure. Put a camera mount right here on the handlebars for you, and you can ride along.
You could do the riding for it.
Well, now,
What about you? What was your favorite part? Downhill. Say what? Say it loud. Downhill. How fast did you get going?
I don't know, maybe it was at 6
30 Ks. Feel good? You feel good?
you.
Larry, Curly, and
Ellen.
Great. That sounded real enthusiastic.
Okay, so lay it down. You're in one piece. Your helmet's still going. I want you to camera.
Oh, you wanted me?
Yeah, I want you to camera.
I didn't know that. You wanted me in the
You're
camera.
here. You're down. Your helmet's still in one piece. You want to do it again?
Wonderful thing to do once.
De la randonnée de la Voie de la Liberté, en leur disant combien, au nom de la ville de Bastogne, je suis heureux aujourd'hui de vous accueillir tous, ainsi que vos amis randonneurs. Je vous demande d'excuser l'absence de Monsieur le ministre Guy Ludgen, qui a été retenu par ses fonctions ministérielles, ainsi que de Monsieur Joseph Moinet, qui est retenu également. J'ai donc le privilège et l'honneur vraiment recueilli pour le passage de cette Voie de la Liberté. Je salue aujourd'hui parmi nous la présence